Hi YouTube, this is Stacy. Stacy Realizes is my YouTube name. I gave myself that name because I was banded with the Realize band on February 16th, 2011. Um, I started off at 236 and a half pounds. After my pre-op liquid diet, I weighed in at 220, my day of surgery. And today I just completed my first week post-op, and I was 216 and a half. So I'm down 20 pounds, and I'm really excited about that. I had contemplated whether or not I should do a video. Um, there were so many people out there that had done videos, and they were really instrumental in me making my decision at the end, um, as to get banded. I just had really struggled the past maybe 8 months with the decision. Just so many fears and so many thoughts, and going through my mind. And I thought that maybe there was somebody out there that may be sharing those same thoughts and fears, and that if I did a video, hopefully I'd be able to, maybe ease someone's fears a little bit, talking about my experience. So at this point, I'm just going to really quickly talk about everything that led up to me, being banded in the whole process, quickly. So most of my life, I've actually been overweight, maybe as little as 20 pounds overweight, but then over the years it's increased. I stopped smoking in 2001. At that point, I was 175 pounds. I'm 5'6", by the way, but crept up to 236 over the years. As a result of that, I have suffered from angina. I see a cardiologist, also on blood pressure medication for the hypertension, although it's controlled now. And the past 3 years, I've gone to see my cardiologist. I would go twice a year, and I had brought up the discussion about the band. And she had really just encouraged me, because at that point I was only about, I had a BMI of about 33. And she encouraged me to just really try to diet on my own, see if I could do it on my own. And she said, when I see you in 6 months, we'll talk about it again. Let's try. And so I did. There was one time where I had lost about 20 pounds. And then I saw her for that visit, and she said, "You're doing good." And then it was like, for me, I don't know, it's like this thing that goes off in my head, a ticket to eat again. And then I gained the weight back again. And so really over the years, that's what it's been, a kind of back and forth thing. I think I'm like the only one that has ever been a member of Weight Watchers, real true to Weight Watchers, for like 10 years and gained weight. So that's my quick story. Anyway, met with my cardiologist last December, had a real heart-to-heart again about the band, and she said, "You know what? This isn't working for you, and yeah, maybe we need to look at something else." She said, "I have this surgeon, why don't you go to his seminar?" So it took me a little while, but last June 2010, I went to the seminar. Scheduled an appointment with the surgeon. After that, beginning of July, went in. Surgeon got called away on an emergency, met with the nurse practitioner. My BMI was a 35 at that point. I actually weighed about 223 back in July. And so they gave me, this whole binder and all these different things that I needed to do and people I needed to see and whatnot. I scheduled the appointments. August rolls around, and I just really start getting cold feet. And I'm getting all these thoughts in my head. I'm a single parent. I'm telling myself, what are you, crazy? You're going to have this procedure done. You need a device in you just to lose weight. You could do this on your own. What if something happens and you die? Your kids are going to be without a mother, and just all this kind of stuff. So, needless to say, I got on the phone. I called the surgeon's office. I canceled the appointment with the psychotherapist, with the nutritionist, and I was just told myself I was going to do it on my own. That I was going to go get these meal replacement shakes that I had heard of and have them, and 1 meal a day, and that I was going to lose weight. And so, I don't know what happened, because I never bought the shakes at that point. I did try to diet though. And the end of September rolled around, and P.S. I went from 223 to, I was probably maybe about to 33 at that point. So I gained 10 pounds, and I'm sitting at work one day, and I'm just feeling sluggish and just not feeling good about myself, and just, really down on myself. And I just said to myself, what are you doing? You need to make some kind of change. You need some help. So I picked up the phone, I called the surgeon's office again, and I scheduled the appointment. So now, mind you, it's difficult to get an appointment sometimes with the nutritionist and the psychotherapist and whatnot. So, and the surgeon. So I actually couldn't get in to see him until December. But I did everything I needed to, do. I scheduled all the appointments. A friend had said to me, you know what, I know you're scared. She had had the procedure done. She said, I know you're scared, but go through the motions. Go on these appointments. No one says that you have to get the surgery done. Just go through it, because if you stop, then you're going to be back to square one again. It's going to take you another 6 months or whatever. So that's what I did. The whole while going through that and going through the appointments, still very scared, just those fears. I even posted something on Lapband Talk about, did anybody know how many people died from the Lapband? I mean, just really focusing on the negative. And I did see a video by, it was Exit Melanie, and my daughter pointed it out to me, and it was actually a real good one. And if you're ever watching Melanie, just want you to know, that was instrumental to me, because she talked about, what if I can? And then I just started again to get into that mindset and tried to really focus on the positive, like that, what could the band do for me that's positive, instead of thinking of the negative. So anyway, finished everything I had to do. They called me. My liver sonogram came back that I had a fatty liver. And that was a rude awakening. And that was really scary, I do carry most of my excess weight in the midsection. So it shouldn't be a secret that I have a fatty liver. What do you know? Anyway, just to hear that I had a fatty liver and that could possibly cause cirrhosis of the liver eventually was really, really scary for me. I'm thinking, I'm not even a drinker and I could get cirrhosis of the liver. And then I started thinking things like that could, God forbid, kill me, and I'm worried about going through the surgery. And so they submitted to the insurance, and I get a call. Oh gosh, it was probably like mid-January. It was after Christmas, mid-January. And I get a call, and they tell me that I'm approved. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, there's like this silence on the phone. I'm approved. I'm like, what do I do? So I schedule the surgery. I'm scared, but I schedule the surgery anyway. I started my pre-op liquid diet on February 2nd. I used the bariatric fusion, which I highly recommend. They were definitely satisfying to me. Although the first 3 days, and people say the first 3 days are really tough, they were torture for me. My body wanted food. This body was in shock, let me tell you. But I got through the 3 days. The day before surgery, the liquid diet, the clear liquid was really, really difficult. But I did it. It was one day. I got through it. Bear with me, just looking at my notes. So I get up the morning of surgery, and I'm like, here we go. I'm like, do you really want to do this? And then again, with the thoughts in my head, you're going to put a device in you. You can do this. But meanwhile, I hadn't done it on my own. And just telling myself, you've been successful with so many things in your life. Why can't you just get a handle on the food you're eating? So, with reservation, got in the car. My daughter took me to the hospital for the procedure. On the way, I'm thinking, tell her to turn the car around and go home. But I didn't. I got there. My appointment was at 7:15. I went in for surgery at 9 o'clock. The last thing I remember was looking at the clock to the right of me and then up at the big light. And they said to me, you're going to start feeling calmer now. And I don't remember anything else. And when I woke up, I did have pain in my left shoulder, which I had anticipated because I was told that, they put the gas, they inflate you, and so you will have some gas. It was really uncomfortable, but I got through it. I had no pain in my abdomen where the surgery was performed at all. I had a little bit of a hard time with the anesthesia, you know, but that's kind of normal, the nausea from it. So I stayed at the hospital until probably, I think they released me at about maybe 4:30. And that was only because I was nauseous but didn't vomit. Ride home was tough because of the car moving, and of course we hit traffic. But made it home okay, did not vomit, just rested. The gas started to move down, and they say to walk a lot, and that is important. I can't stress that enough. So, you know, I was walking around and just moving around as much as possible. The first few days were a little bit uncomfortable, and I think it was more because I was really hungry. I mean, at that point I was just taking water, so I had a headache. Once I was able to have clear protein, that definitely helped. But again, no pain in the abdomen. The past few days I've had a little bit of soreness where the port is. I guess that incision is the only one that's a little bit bigger. But not too bad. Just a little bit sore. Feels like, you know, they were poking around in there a little bit, but it's okay. No sore throat. I was a little fearful of that, of a sore throat. Because I know they put a tube down your throat and whatnot. No indication to me that there was even a tube in there. So overall, it really, really wasn't a bad experience. I, 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 I guess, you know, I was just scared. I don't know. Was it for nothing? No. I mean, yeah, anyone who gets surgery is going to be, you know, scared. But it wasn't like I had anticipated it all. And like I said, just finished the first week post-op. I'm doing good, walking around, moving around. I was able to start on pureed soups today and yogurt. So I had a half a cup of yogurt, I had half a cup of soup, and then supplementing some of the milk-based protein shakes today. You know, I feel good. I think I had maybe about 500 calories, paying more attention to the protein. So I had about 60 grams today, and I would do it all over in a heartbeat. I feel like this was just a good decision for me. I'm sorry that it took me as long as it did, and that I had to struggle and put my body through all that stress prior to. And I know that everyone has a different experience, but I just wanted to share mine. Like I said, it wasn't that painful. And today, when I had a half a cup of food, I know they didn't inflate the band yet with saline, but it did satisfy me, and I was okay. So I don't know if that's in my head that I know the band is there, but whatever it is, I just feel like it's going to be okay, and it was a good decision. So I'm not sure if I'm going to make another video or not and track my progress. But like I said, I hope this subsides somebody's fears out there. And just want to thank everyone who's making videos out there. Again, Exit Melanie, Banded Wendy, New Toy for Katie, Mandy Gets Bandy just started watching you too. You guys are great, and so many more. And, just know people are watching, and you're helping others, and we appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.